Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on March the 31st, 2020. Just a quick disclaimer here before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. As usual, we'll start off by taking a look at our calendar here. Excuse me. All right, so in terms of our data here, we did have some positive numbers come out today. And in the Asian session here, we have business confidence numbers from New Zealand, as well as manufacturing PMI numbers from China. So if the business confidence numbers come in below expected for New Zealand, then we'll expecting to see New Zealand dollar drop. And also the PMI numbers, if they come in below expectations for China, then it will have a negative impact on Australian dollar as well as New Zealand dollar. So that's something to keep in mind. And then coming up on March 31st here, we have current account here for UK. So this one is expected to be a little bit better than the previous number. But again, if this drops, we're likely to see a negative impact on a British pound here. And in terms of really the major data here, we do have consumer confidence numbers here and Chicago PMI numbers for the US. Now, these are expected to drop, but I think we could see a worse number here than what is being expected. So keep that in mind. But if we get a really bad number, we could see US dollar take a hit as a result of that. So keep that in mind. And then we also have monetary policy meeting minutes here for Australia. So at this point, so a lot of central banks have cut rates, and Reserve Bank of Australia has also cut rates. So if they do an interest rate cut during this time, or if there are any comments in regards to a worry about the financial markets or anything that that basically paints a worse picture about the economy than what we've been hearing, then that will be negative for Australian dollar. All right, so let's move on to our charts here. So we are coming into quarter end here. So March 31st is the end of the quarter, and a lot of big hedge funds and institutional traders, this is the time that they have to rebalance their portfolios. Usually they have certain percentage that they need to invest in each asset class. And nowadays, because we have had such a big drop in the equity markets, so those proportions are a little out of whack. So this is where the traders will have to rebalance the portfolio so that they have the correct number that they need to have for those asset classes. And that can many times cause moves in the market that may not be true. So just keep that in mind. So first of all, we will start by taking a look at our euro dollar here. So we talked about how euro had gone into resistance here, and looks like it is holding below that resistance. It wasn't able to go through 1.1450, and in fact it opened lower and stayed below that resistance. So this looks bearish now. I will look for euro to drop further. Now we could get a pullback, so keep that in mind, into 1.1100, and the target that we are looking at would be 1.0950. So bias is bearish here for euro dollar. And then the second target would be 1.0880. Pound here as well, even though pound was stronger than euro, but this too stayed below our resistance level. And as such, bias is bearish, even though price dropped and then pulled back, but we still have bearishness in this candle. So bias is bearish here, and first target would be 1.2200, and if it manages to get through that, we are looking at 1.20. So bearish bias here for pound dollar as well. Aussie dollar here, this one as well has held below our resistance level of 0.6200. So as long as it holds below this level, I'm looking for price to drop. So bias here is bearish. The important thing will be that it stays below that 0.6200 level. So first target here is 0.6020. and then we have 0.5870 as the second target. So bias is bearish for Aussie dollar as well. And New Zealand dollar here, this one as well, we see that price was not able to break through that daily high here, or the weekly high, I should say, and now it is turned around. So the candle close here isn't strongly bearish. This is more of a neutral candle, but because it's staying below that resistance level, that important level, so bias is still to the downside here. So target is 0.5900. And second target would be 0.5780. So bias is bearish here for New Zealand dollar. Dollar CAD here, this one again held above our support level here, and now it looks like we are likely to see a move higher. So we do have a nice bullish candle close here. I would be looking for a further move to the upside. Also with Canadian dollar, we have seen oil basically fall to 18-year lows. And the oil being at that price is really bad for Canadian dollar. And as a result, we are seeing a decline in US dollar. So bias here is bullish, looking for 1.4280 as the first target, and 1.4430 is the second target for dollar CAD. Let's take a look at our commodities here. We talked about this the other day. Price is into resistance, and it didn't break this resistance for the last 3 days, and naturally we got a bearish candle close for the day. So bias is to the downside here. And in terms of our targets, the first target would be 13.80, and then we're looking at 13.20 as the second target. So bias here is bearish for silver. Gold here also holding below this resistance level. So this is where it's been sitting for last several days now. And as we can see, price is stuck below this 1640 level. So bias here is bearish, looking for a drop here. First target is 1593 and then 1575. So bias is bearish for gold. Oil here has not had a very good day. As we see, price is right into this 21 level here. So it's still looking bearish. So we could see a drop here. Now, having said that, we are into these lows here, and last 2 times here, price hasn't been able to break it. Now, there was a call between President Trump and Russia, but I'm not sure if something really came out of it. So right now, there have been no announcements so far. So if nothing changes, then we're likely to see a drop further here. So next target is 18. But if price is not able to drop below this 20 level, then we could see a move back into the top of this range that it's been trading in. So that's the caution. We do need to watch out for that, as it is into 18-year lows. But for now, bias is bearish, and $18 is the next target for oil. Copper here, copper is looking, this one, we do have a bullish candle close, but I'm neutral on this. So right now, we see that price is holding above 2.009 level here. And if it continues to hold above this, then I will look for a move back towards the top of the range. So this is the range that it's been trading in for the last little while. As long as it holds above this 2.09 level, I would look for a further move to the upside here into 2.20. So for now, I'm neutral on this. And if it breaks through the support here, then of course we're looking for a drop. So bias is neutral for copper at this point. Bitcoin here. Bitcoin is holding below this resistance. It sat here for several days, and today it opened low and then it's gone higher. But as long as it holds below this level, 6,600, I will look for a drop. First target would be this level here at 58.25, and then we're looking at 5,500. So bias is bearish for Bitcoin. Equity markets here, As we talked about earlier, so we are into the last day of portfolio rebalancing. Today, we did have a bullish rally. Now, price hasn't been able to break the resistance yet. So I am not totally bullish on this yet. So I am neutral here for S&P 500. And the level that I would watch out for would be 2650. If it holds below, I'm looking for a move back down here, and our target then is, first target would be 2520. But now, because we are into this last day of rebalancing, we could see a break above, just as more flows or buying comes into the market. So we could see a further move to the upside into 2740. So very important to keep an eye on 2650, but as long as it holds below, I'm looking for a drop. 2520 is the first target, and 2480 will be the second target. So bias for now is neutral for S&P 500. Same thing here for Nasdaq as well. We see that price is right into that resistance level at this point. So even though we have a bullish candle close here, I'm not totally bullish. I think after the rebalancing is done, we are likely to see a drop in the market, but we could see it make a run for the next level here at 82.90. So we do need to be careful here. But if it holds below 7,900, then I'm looking for a move to the downside. So for now, I will keep an eye on the 7,900 target and have both of these on the charts to see if it breaks above, then the momentum is likely to take it higher. But if it holds below, then looking for a drop. So bias is neutral for Nasdaq. Dow Jones, same thing here. We did see a rally today, but again, like I said, I am not convinced of strength in the market, regardless of how much money all the governments are throwing and the central banks are throwing at the market. I think we could get another drop and are likely to get another drop. So what I'm going to look for here is if price holds below 22,650, which is this resistance level here, I'm looking for a drop back down towards 21,000. Now, if the buying comes in from all the rebalancing, then we could see price go into 2350 and even potentially into higher here into 24,000. So for now, neutral for Dow Jones as well. DAX here, this one, same thing here. For the last 4 days, price has just been stuck in this area here, and it's holding below this 10,000 level for now. So right now, bias is neutral for DAX as well. And as long as price holds below 10,000, I'm basically looking for a move here. Once it breaks this, we have a lot of room to the downside. So for now, I'm neutral on DAX as well. And looks like the same for Footsie here as well. We did see that price moved lower, so we could see a move into 58.80. But as long as, again, it holds below this level, then I'm looking for a drop here. So bias is neutral for Footsie as well. Last but not least, we have Nikki. Nikki also closed the price higher than where it started. So we do have a bullish candle close. But as we can see, it has been making lower highs and lower lows. So bias here is bearish. I'm sorry, not bearish, neutral here. And as long as it holds below, 19,450, I am looking for a move to the downside here. So bias for Nikkei for now is neutral. And that's it for today. So you guys have a wonderful trading day, and I'll be back again tomorrow. Bye for now.